And we're live with another episode of Wesam's World. It's me, your host, Wesam. With me in the studio today is Alexandra Gorski. What's up, Alex?
Not much. Just a learning experience this morning.
Yeah. Peyton is actually not joining us. For those of you who listen to the show, he had a little bit of an emergency in the Congo. He is the U.S. ambassador to the Congo, and so there's a little bit of an emergency. He had to go. So he is literally in the air right now, headed to Africa to deal with this emergency meeting as an ambassador for the United States. We're wishing him the best of luck. Hopefully he'll be here next week, but we'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of stuff we want to talk about entertainment news today. And for those of you new listeners, I'm Wesam. I've been an actor out here since 2009. I've been acting for like 25 years. And this is basically like an inside weekly look at what's going on in my life, what's going on in the entertainment industry, and a little bit of fun stuff in between of other things that go on in my world, whether it be jujitsu or ridiculous situations, which we will start off today's episode with a very South Park thing that happened to me in the mall.
I am so excited to hear this.
Okay. So, you know those massage places in the mall and the ones where the people are standing outside and like massage, and you're like, I came here for pants. No, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. And even if you're interested in the massage, they're like holding out the menu and they're super aggressive. They're like, you want 20 minute, 60 minute, 100 minutes? 2 hours, 3 hours, and you're like, I don't know, foot, body, and you're like, just give me a second to read the menu, man. Okay, it's a very cultural thing, you know. They want to like upsell you really quick. They need they want you in there. They don't want what's that?
Respect.
Yeah, of course, respect. They're hustling. I get it, and so it's a little unsettling for people who are not used to that. Also, you got to stand your ground. That's a little tip for them. You got to be like, hey, give me a second. I'm gonna read the menu and I'm gonna let you know. Okay, that's all you have to do. You have to be very direct. Okay. And then be careful. If you commit to something and you only have a small budget, don't get tricked by the upsell in the middle of the massage.
Oh, you're so tight. Do you want 5 more minutes? 10 more minutes?
Yeah.
30?
They're trying to upsell you. It's fine. It's a hustle, whatever. However, I did the massage. I'm leaving. And I'm not even outside of the place yet. The guy standing in the doorway turns around at me and goes, "You want a massage?" And I look around and I'm like, I haven't even left the building yet. What are you talking about? I just got one. And he goes, oh. And he hugs me. He's like, sorry.
So on autopilot.
And in my mind, I'm like, this is such an episode of South Park where like Stan like gets stuck in an eternal loop
of getting a massage.
Constantly getting a massage.
Oh my gosh.
At one of those massage places in the mall. Anyway.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh, I laughed about it so hard.
Did he laugh too?
Oh, the guy was, yeah, but you saw the look on his face where it was like, yeah, he was in auto mode. He was like, massage? And I'm like, I just got one, man. And he goes, oh, sorry. And like you saw the humanity in his face afterwards. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's allergies because I don't feel sick, but it's spring, so it's probably allergies, but I feel a little clogged up, a little stuffy.
Well, I had allergies really bad the other week.
Oh, yeah?
I had jasmine. I bought these beautiful jasmine from Trader Joe's, which I buy almost every year, and every year they don't survive well because I just think the dirt that they come in, I instantly need to just repot them. But I haven't learned my lesson. But I kept them inside because they were so beautiful and they smelled so good. And every day I was just going and sniffing them, just making my allergies 1,000 times worse than what they needed to be. And I was like, God, why am I so terrible? It's rainy now. It's when we had rain. I was like, my allergies should be fine. Nothing's blooming. Oh, shit. There's flowers right here.
Yeah, two giant
jasmines pollinating.
That's hilarious.
So I moved them outside, and I got better.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Skipping a little bit ahead, I know we're going to get into it a little bit later on in the show, but the box office. I know we were talking last week about box office news
theaters.
And etiquette. I want to jump into etiquette a little bit because a lot of people were jumping on the conversation of how to keep movie theaters alive.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've got a few ideas that might work.
Yeah.
One of them being this. I don't think the food they serve there anymore is beneficial to keeping them alive.
Yeah, and it's expensive.
It's expensive. I get it. They got to make a large percentage of their profits on what they sell.
Right.
But if I can get the food I can get anywhere else at the movie theater, I'm not going to go to the movie theater.
For sure.
Especially like, okay, dude, you're charging me like $8 for a bag of popcorn.
Way more than that now, I feel like.
Come on.
For a small.
Yeah. So I'm like, no. You know, side note, my brother had this great joke. He goes, can you imagine how expensive a water bottle would be if it was inside a movie theater that was inside an airport?
$1,000. Firstborn child.
What?
What?
What are you talking about? Oh, what are you talking about?
It's such a firstborn child.
What?
The cost.
Oh, the cost.
Like Rumpelstiltskin.
Sorry, I didn't get that reference.
That's all right. You're not as cultured as I.
I thought you were just trying to be cool. Like you're going $1,000, and then you're like, that didn't work. So how about firstborn child?
Oh, I thought it worked. I was having a roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know me. I have rules of my own.
Rolls or rules?
Rolls, like a roll, like a moment.
Oh, okay.
High key, low key.
Okay, please stop. You're killing me right now.
I audited his class the other day, and this young girl, this young teenager, he's asking them, what are your most pressing concerns you have with self-tapes in the industry right now? And this girl raises her hand. She goes, like, low-key, something, something, something. But, like, really it's high-key, like, And you were like, I'm so sorry. I think I'm old. What?
I go, what's low-key and high-key mean? And then she basically said they mean the same thing almost. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, right. And then everyone started chiming in, like, no, low key is like, it's not really a big deal, but high key is like a slightly bigger deal. Like, and they started throwing out numbers like low key's 10% and high key's like 20%, but maybe it's more.
And I was like, okay, well, medium key. I think. Anyway, it was fun.
That was so funny.
But anyway, going back to
Yes.
the theaters. I think they should offer very unique food.
Yeah, I mean,
because if you're going in there and it's the same hot dog that you can get anywhere else, if it's the same popcorn, the same candy you can get at, dude, there's a reason why people sneak in food into the movie theater,
right.
and so they've got to up their game.
For
They've
sure.
got to. I know sometimes some places do it. It's like, we've got a really special pretzel. It's like, dude,
Right.
no. If the pretzel is like stuffed with something, maybe, okay, that's like different.
Maybe, but the way they reheat it, it's not fresh, it's not cooked, There are theaters that do movie dinners, like, and they have a menu. But then that's a whole nother ordeal. Like, you've got servers going around. So then you're distracting. It's comes with its own set of issues,
I would like this.
Hmm.
Like, you go see a movie and then you go eat after in the movie theater, discussing the movie. I think that would be cool.
Like a nice space for you to continue over.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what needs to win them over. Because listen, when I'm going to go see a movie, it might not be distracting to you when you're eating something, but I'll tell you what, somebody in there doesn't want you eating.
Yeah.
And I don't mind if people drink. You get thirsty. That's easier to like and quieter to like
Right.
digest. But man, that is so annoying. Going to a movie theater and somebody has the chips. My God.
Right. Well,
and they
can't
don't care.
stand it. Yeah.
And they don't care. So I feel like food is a big issue, and what type of food you're allowed to bring in is key. It has to be like really quiet food.
Yeah.
And the second thing is this. I think that a lot of these theaters, how do I explain this? We're in a time of evolution, okay? Where back in the 70s, let's take the 70s, for instance, or the 60s.
Yeah.
Going to see a movie in the movie theater was a big deal.
Yeah.
Because you don't have like a big screen in your home.
Right.
you don't have these like chairs, where like they're big chairs to sit and watch it. You don't have these huge sound speakers. So it's a very different experience. I want to get into this a little bit more right after the break. And we're back. So yeah, I really feel like the experience you had going to the movie theaters in the 70s or even the 80s or even early 90s.
Yeah.
That started to fade away because now we've got something even more interesting than movie theaters that's starting to come about, and that's the internet. The internet was really starting to boom in the mid-90s, and then, oh my gosh, starting to pick up speed with social media in the 2000s. So it was, and then streaming, of course. Oh, I can download a movie or like watch it illegally or whatever. Yeah. Oh, so I don't think in 100 years, honestly, we're going to, have as many movie theaters as we think, and also the fact that the movie theaters that will be around are going to be a very special thing, like a very special event. And they might be reserved for, hey, if you want to watch this, like, be one of the first people, this is going to be only here for, like, a month before it's available to you in your home, just because of the way technologies work, sadly. And that's just the way it is.
I think I sent you an article. I know I sent you an article, but I can't remember who said it. It was after we recorded last week. And one of the heads of the movie theaters was saying they all need to band together and bring back that time frame again.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that between the streaming and the movie theater time.
Yeah. I think, and it's sad because it's a magic time whenever I used to go to see the movies. I remember the first movie I saw was Mortal Kombat Annihilation in 5th grade, and I thought it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Okay? To see Mortal Kombat Annihilation as a 5th grader, as a young boy in a movie theater. By the way, didn't know what a movie theater was.
Like, you just had no concept?
No, I was invited to somebody's birthday, and I was like, oh, okay, where do we go to the movie theater? I'm like, okay, like, I don't know what that is, but yeah, sure. First of all, they had all the arcade games on the outside.
Oh my gosh.
You know
wow, what a flash of the... Yes. It was there were so many arcade games, and I was always so sad I wasn't allowed to play them.
And I thought that was it until they were like, no, we're going to go see like a movie inside. I'm like, oh, okay, let's go see it. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
I was like, I went out. I think the next week I asked my parents to buy me a boombox, like one of those like $100 boomboxes, and I went out and got the Mortal Kombat Annihilation soundtrack.
Was it a cassette or CD? Okay.
And I remember going, I'm going to listen to every single song in its entirety. So I sat there in front of the boombox and I listened to every single song. And there were some songs I didn't like, but I was like, no, I have to listen to all this because I paid for it.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
That's cute.
And by the way, the soundtrack goes hard. You got Rammstein in there.
Oh,
and then the classic like Mortal Kombat. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, doesn't get any better for a young boy.
Aw, that's fun.
Yeah. And then I got Usher's My Way CD and R&B song, R&B, music, and the song My Way, My Way. Yeah, I don't know. When I say go and I'm in control. And then I realized I don't like R&B as much as I thought. And then I got into Limp Bizkit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You hit that scene.
Yeah. Then the alternative rock. Actually, the first time I heard a song and I was like, oh, I really like this music. It was Nirvana's Teen Spirit.
Oh, that's a great song. I feel like no matter what genre you really like, you can't help but like that song.
Absolutely. Sorry, That's okay.
I've been getting tempted. You were distracted.
I've been tempted this whole episode to finally have my mental performance shot, aka Magic Mind.
Say please.
Give me it. Give me it right now. I can feel when I'm off if I haven't taken it, to be completely honest with you. It's one of my favorite like pick-me-ups in the morning.
Uh-huh.
Oh, here we go, baby. Here we go. Here we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
I love it. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Also, one of the reasons why I think I haven't been getting sick on top of like all like the jujitsu I've been doing is when I take these daily, has all the vitamin C and vitamin D that I need daily.
Yeah.
And that's super important. And there's like been studies shown like how important it is to maintain like very high levels of that in your body. Not when I say high levels, I don't mean like dangerous levels, like 1,000%. You know what I mean? No, they give you like the healthy amount because in case your body encounters like a germ or a virus, you're ready to go. You're ready to fight it. You're not like lacking any supplies your body needs. That kind of thing. Dude, the taste.
It's so good.
I've been taking it now for months. The taste. I'm gonna say it keeps getting better. Like I want. It's that perfect amount of sweetness.
Yeah, and it doesn't also feel like when you take like a health shot and it's got cayenne and ginger and all that stuff. It doesn't burn. It doesn't hurt. It's not bad.
No, and it's green, which then you think, oh, it's gonna be bitter. No, and they have one of my favorite ingredients of all time in there.
What's that?
Green tea.
That is one of your favorites.
It is. And the antioxidants associated with green tea are necessary for life. I said it.
You said it.
I said it.
Bold claim.
Very bold claim.
No, I like it. It helps me with my day too. Alongside my energy drink, I feel like a little bit of a lull. And then I'm like, I don't need another energy drink. I need a little focus. Yeah. It's perfect.
I like supplementing it with my coffee in the morning.
Yeah,
because it has something so you don't have that crash. You know what I'm talking about in the midday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and like for instance, when I'm teaching for 9 hours, yesterday I taught for 9 hours.
9 hours. That's a long day.
That's a long day for me.
Yeah.
I need Magic Mind to keep me going.
Yeah.
So I don't feel that crash with caffeine.
Yeah.
So it's a great add-on, and it's part of my daily routine, which I love. And I think they're doing a really good deal for our listeners, right?
Yeah, of course, because we're ambassadors, so they can do 48% off the actual subscription, which stays, which is amazing. So.
Oh, it's not a one-time. It stays with
it. So it's perfect, right? Or you get the 20% off for one-time purchase if you're unsure.
What's the code?
It's Wesams Pod 20.
Wesams Pod 20.
Yeah.
And you get 48% off the subscription.
The subscription or 20% off.
Awesome. Yeah. Great. Magic Mind. Get it. Do it. Make your life better.
Better.
What's
Be better.
Be better. Magic Mind. No, that might work. So, as many of you know, I've been doing a lot of jiu-jitsu lately, and I've been doing it for a few hours at a time. And when I come home, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go get food somewhere, wait in line. I don't want to be sitting at home waiting for my delivery to come. And I especially don't want to be standing in the kitchen again for 30 minutes or an hour cooking. That's why I love Factor meals. Factor meals are ready to go. I just put it in the microwave, 2 minutes, boom. I've got a delicious, nutritious meal right there in front of me. No hassle. I know the quality of ingredients is going to be top notch, and they are super flexible with any type of diets. For instance, you can order Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and lots more. And guess what? You're not choosing from 3, 4, or 10 options. You have 45 or more weekly options to choose from for Factor meals. That's a whole bunch of choices. They've got on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guess what? Guilt-free snacks. So when you feel a little maybe I want a little bit of a little bit of something. You know what I mean? A little bit of juice before you start rolling and choking people out. Get started at factormeals.com/WeSam50off and use code WeSam50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code WeSam50off at factormeals.com/WeSam50off for 50% off plus free shipping. Anyway, what do we got for entertainment news?
Yeah. Well, on terms of what we were just talking about with theaters, there's a lot of hullabaloo going on with the Minecraft.
I heard about this.
Which Minecraft, by the way, is doing excellent in theaters.
Hey, round of applause, first of all, because I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you,
of course.
But I just have to say this about the Minecraft movie. Shout out to Jack Black for uplifting a franchise that everybody was hoping that would be uplifted in terms of storytelling and entertainment and enjoyment for its fans.
Yeah.
And I think nowadays that's rare. So big round of applause for the producers, the director, everybody, the cast, Jack
For
Black,
sure.
because you made a lot of young kids super happy with that.
For sure. Like, is it mind blowing? Probably not, but like, well, no. I'm just saying, like, it's not going to be Schindler's List.
Right. If it's of course nobody's. Alex, nobody's going into Minecraft going, I hope this is dramatic as fuck.
You know what I mean? Like, but it's got some mixed reviews, but so let me get this mouse. This is a really bad mouse. To work and show you. Oh, come on.
Well, I'm going to say this.
What?
I like how I was like, good job on uplifting it. And you're like, well, it's gotten some mixed reviews here. Don't expect it. I love it.
I'm just showing the news.
You're showing the news.
I'm showing the news. Shit. So, there's some notorious behavior starting to happen, and theaters are having to pause the movie, call in cops, and pull out kids from the theater because they're so disrespectful and doing a lot of bad behavior. So here's this. Sorry.
Let's go.
They're throwing stuff all over the place for our listeners. Like, the crowd's going wild. It's during this, like, chicken fight scene. And the police, they're pausing the movie. And the police are coming. And they're escorting kids out.
That's so rude. I don't know what's going on with today's day and age where people think that man, I hate that so much. You're just ruining an entire experience for a bunch of other people. So selfish.
Yeah, right? And it's one thing where it's like, we can think about what happened with Wicked. People went and they sung. And some people were like, well, yeah, it's an event. Like, and it's like, okay, if that's going to be a thing, then you need to have a quiet theater and one where people can pop on their phone and talk and be, cause ruckus or something.
Yeah.
But there needs to be a distinction because when I go to the theater, I want you to shut up.
Yeah.
I'm not here for you. I'm here for that. And you're wrecking my time. It's my money. If that happened to me in the theater, I'd probably ask for a refund.
Yeah. I would too. I'd be like, hey, I want a refund.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Man, I don't know. People need manners, or people need to just get punched in the face a few times.
Maybe both.
Honestly, there's a saying that goes, sometimes a slap on the face is better than a tap on the shoulder.
Mm.
Yeah.
Did you make that up? Is that your no, I'm just kidding. That's your justification. Skinny neck Louise.
Oh, boy. I wonder what he's up to nowadays.
Yeah, should we go and check?
No.
You remember me?
I like when you try to, like, what's your tough voice? Let's hear it.
Hey, do you remember me? So silly.
Like, really try to be tough. Come on.
I know. I'm getting it.
Okay, sorry.
What should I say?
You talking to me.
Okay. Are you talking to me? Really? That's such a classic. Are you talking to me?
I don't want you to do it like that.
You talking to me? Are you talking to me? Wow. I know. I come off a little too nice, huh?
Yeah. It's hard to see you be mean or aggressive.
Yeah.
Me, on the other hand, is good portion of my personality, apparently.
What's your if you have kids, what's your glare face?
Speaking of glare face,
yeah,
I teach, or I help coach the jiu-jitsu classes at
oh yeah,
Highland
for the
Park.
kids, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Adorable. I love every second of it. Now,
Sweet.
that being said, some of those kids are really rambunctious. You got to lay down the hammer every now and then.
Oh, okay.
And you got to be like, hey, stop talking. And so it's really an amazing feeling whenever you've told a kid stop talking like twice and then they keep talking, and then the third time you're just looking at them and you really give like an intense look and you see them go. It's so good. It's so good. I'm not trying to be mean, but
Of
they have to
course.
learn that it's not appropriate to talk when the other coach is trying to explain a move.
Yeah,
It's really
of course.
disrespectful. So it's part of the learning
It's
process.
a part of and it's
Yeah.
a part of what you expect in martial arts. Anyway,
Yeah, and-
discipline.
And that carries over in life so
Mhm.
that they don't end up being like those people in the movie theater getting kicked out.
Precisely.
And that's why I think certain people either haven't been choked out or punched in the face enough.
Get that slap. not
Because
that
I'll say
tap.
this, usually not. What did you just
I
say?
said get that slap, not that tap. Because you said a tap on the shoulder.
Alex?
This
Amazing.
is what happens when Peyton's not here. You just get unfiltered.
You're just catchphrases from the 90s, I feel
I
like.
am.
Which is surprising because you didn't want to say, you talking to me?
Hey, you talking to me?
No, but do it real.
That was real.
No, that was a little bit charactery.
Oh, I thought you meant like try and say it like him.
Oh, no. Like, do
You
it
talking
like
to me?
What's that?
You talking to me?
It's okay. Sorry.
You
Okay.
broke.
I did. What?
Are you talking to me?
No.
You said something to me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You're looking right at me.
Can you stop?
You stop.
Can you imagine if somebody jumps into turns into Idobi Radio right at this time, and they're like, "What is this show?"
These just two toddlers fighting. He
Oh.
touched me.
wait.
No, like I meant like kids where it's like, he hit me.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you. Woo.
I won't cancel you.
Okay, so
Oh gosh.
real quick,
Yeah.
I forgot to mention this. People need to download the Idobi app
Yes.
to not only listen to our show,
Mhm.
especially if you're listening live right now on
Yeah.
Idobi. Download the Idobi app. It's very convenient on
Mhm.
the go, and also you get to listen to all the other great podcasts out there that host here on Idobi,
Yeah.
as well as all the alternative music, punk rock music, hard rock, metal music. It's very convenient. Download it. You can listen to us anywhere you go. Cool. What's next?
All right. The Last of Us
Mm.
returns for season 2. It premiered its second season, set 5 years after the first. The new season introduces characters played by Caitlin Dever, Catherine O'Hara, and Young Mazzino. The showrunner, Craig Mazin, I think that's how you say it, Mazin, will not extend the narrative beyond the events of the video game, aiming to avoid the fate of Game of Thrones, which continued beyond the source material. But they said there are other stories within the existing material of the world.
That's great. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I think that's really important, especially for fans.
Yeah. And I know some people who aren't fans of the video game are upset because they're like, well, now I'm not going to know what's going on, right?
Wait, what? No.
Yeah, they're like, I'm going to be left on this cliffhanger, this, unknown. But I think it's important for the video game players as,
Oh.
someone to not have a spoiler or or it deviates. And so now you're like, you've got two source materials and it doesn't make sense. Like,
Right.
which one's the original? Which one do we go off of?
Would you rather want like a crappy ending, or even like, okay, let's say you got a good ending, but then they come out with like another Last of Us or whatever, and then it ends up being even better,
Mhm.
and you're like, oh, we can't now
You can't
follow
go
that
back.
now
Mhm.
because of the TV show. So yeah, they're playing it right. I like that.
Yeah. And
Great.
I think, it's important that, I know we've complained about Game of Thrones a lot, but it is an important lesson, I think, to the industry on what happens when you, A, get greedy and you want to be the only one in control, because that's kind of what happened, and jump the source material and, no longer collaborate with the original, because a lot of the stuff in the industry right now is remakes or it's based off of books, very popular books. And some of the series are done. Like there's ACOTAR that's going to be coming up, I believe, which is a big Sarah J. Maas book kind of thing. There's talks of that becoming either a TV show or a movie. I'm unsure. It hasn't been released, but there's such strong source material. That one exists to its entirety, but people want to see, I think, faithful adaptations.
I agree. And on top of that, they want to see really good performances.
Mm-hmm.
And this last, I don't know, this last week or so with all the workshops I've been doing
Mm-hmm.
for acting and all the classes and coaching sessions. I did it. I found the secret to success.
What is that?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah,
You guys want to know?
of course.
We'll be right back after these messages. No, okay,
No.
we don't have time for a commercial break right now. Here it is. I found the secret for success.
Lay it on me.
Consistent, diligent practice. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Mhm.
If you're consistently practicing
Mhm.
and diligently whenever you do practice, you're going to find ways to reach your goal and make it happen. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that all across the board with acting,
Mm-hmm.
and I notice it with how much people are training. And I'll give you an example. You'll have an actor who's 3 months in.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they don't understand even like when they're pushing or when they're being false in a scene, or it's like they don't understand what their feet are doing. There's a lack of body awareness.
Mm-hmm.
If that actor continues to practice for another year, you're going to see a completely different actor from that 3 months actor.
Yeah, for sure.
You're going to see somebody who's intentional with their beats, who understands blocking, who understands objectives, character analysis, and is starting at that point. Within 1 or 2 years, you're starting to really dip your feet into the emotional, like how to really get emotional depth
Yeah.
with a performance. I think there's a really good rule. That's the 10-year rule.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like a really general thing, but I think it works for most people. If you're studying and practicing a craft for 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
that's usually around when you get your black belt in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, only then, I feel like, then your training really starts.
Yeah.
Because you really have a good understanding of yourself, the craft, the connection between the two, a good sense of body awareness, spiritual awareness, and mental awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, real artistry can really be expressed.
Yeah, I love that.
Thank you. That's why they pay me the big bucks. But I'll give you an example. I had 2 students yesterday, and they've been training for 9 years.
Mm.
They came from a conservatory, and they've been acting for a while and training.
Yeah.
And I could see it in their performances. They're almost there. They're directable. They understand objective, character analysis, all that stuff. But they're still making certain mistakes that are hindering that final, like, ooh, you are a master at this craft right now.
Oh, yeah.
And simplifying it, having them focus back on foundational elements,
Mm-hmm.
and then recalibrating their perspective on what type of story they're trying to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Yeah.
The 2 self-tapes that we worked on, from the original ones to what we got, night and day a difference.
Can I ask what trap they were falling into, or where they were falling short?
No.
Okay.
Yes, of course. So, yeah. So one of them,
Mm.
he hit all the intentions.
Mm.
All like the choices were clever. Everything was really he was listening. But it was all pushed. He was putting on a caricature. What is it called?
Caricature.
Caricature of what that person is, instead of being real
Mm-hmm.
and trusting that himself is enough. He was actually, and to put it in layman's terms for those of you who are not actors, he was pushing too hard.
Yeah.
Like he was swinging a bat way too hard, and it was
Mhm.
throwing him way off, and he was missing.
Right.
And I told him, you have to trust yourself, because it might feel like you're not doing enough work, but you actually are.
Mm.
A lot of times we want to do more, and that ends up being worse for us
Mm-hmm.
in terms of the final product.
Mm-hmm.
And he's tempted with the comedy in it. And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
man, he wants to push the comedy. And I'm like, sometimes you got to just, there's a word in there. This is for the other girl's scene. And I told her to trust herself as well. There's a line in there where she's just basically unloads on this guy complaining about his ex-fiancée.
Oh.
And she goes, you're a coward. And she keeps emphasizing coward.
Ah.
And I told her, kind of just remove all your armor and just be real with him, because that's what he needs. He doesn't need someone to attack him. And you're so sick of having your eyes fixing everything in this world that you live in, and how much what it means to be a man, what it means to be a woman. And this guy is not meeting your definition of what it means to be a man. So when you're calling him a coward, you don't need to emphasize that. It's so much stronger instead of going, you're a coward, because he's going to armor up when you say that.
Right.
So try it where it's just like, man, you're a coward. You're a coward.
Yeah.
It's so matter of fact that the other person just goes, oh shit. They're not even like emphasizing that.
Right.
So there's like so much more power in that. And those little things, you could see it illuminate in them, and they're like, oh my gosh. And we did these cool exercises to get them there. So I'm really proud of them.
Yeah, you reminded me, a lot of the times when I'm in a group setting, sometimes I get lost in just watching how people speak, because it's real at that moment. They're not thinking about their cadence. They're not thinking about hitting the swear word or the this word or the that, And it's really interesting to see, because, as actors, our job is to say things how we would in real life, but we're obviously thinking so technically about it.
Absolutely.
So I think that's also a good exercise.
Very so. So there you go. Secrets of success.
There it is.
Consistent, diligent practice. And I see it in people's faces who are just starting off. And I told them, if you're expecting to be like the most amazing actor after 2 years in this program, I think you're going to be disappointed. And this is why. If you're thinking, that's it, I mastered it, I'm going to be the most amazing actor. No, you're not. Especially if you just started acting. Yeah. Anything in life takes years and years and years and years of practice. Yeah. It just does. Yeah. And it'll be worth it when you get there. But right now, you're in the trenches.
Yeah, I think you've also lost something if you are rushing to become the best. I'm just going to be the best, and now I'm the best, and that's it. You're stagnant. I don't think you either enjoy it, or you don't. What you were getting was not really from the craft itself. It was the stuff around it that came with it that you really wanted, not the creative ability, whatever you're in, But if you're like, yeah, I've made it to the top enough, I'm good here, I've got what I wanted, then it's okay. If that's what you wanted, you got what you wanted. But if you really want to do the craft and you enjoy that part of it, you'll always find that you can learn more.
Absolutely. I love that, Alex.
Thank you.
And this mirrors the conversation I had with one of our black belt instructors at Highland Park Fight Club. Shout out to Andy M. Andy and I were discussing like the love for the actual craft of jiu-jitsu, like the art itself. Yeah. And a lot of people, I don't want to say a lot, but there's a certain percentage of people who worry about the belt. And when you start doing that, your mind is taken off the craft itself and the artistry of it, and you actually slow down your improvement. Because you're assuming, okay, when I get here, I should know this, and I already deserve this, and this. And so you're not living presently in what you can be gaining from it. Same thing with acting. Yeah. If you're like, I haven't booked anything, I've been training for 6 years. It's like, who said you were supposed to? Right. What rule book does it say that if you've been an actor for X amount of years, you're supposed to be booking right now? Right. There are so many factors involved with that little sentence. Like, for instance, okay, did you just start off from scratch? Have you really been practicing for 6 years? Right. What's the industry been looking like? Have you been professionally, tactically cunning with how you approach management roles? Right. Sometimes the reason why you're not booking is because of a little thing. They might be asking for a cheeseburger. You might be offering a filet mignon. What does that mean? You might be giving a good performance, but it's not the type of performance they're looking for or the tone of performance they're looking for a certain show. You might be really good at a certain comedy, but they're looking for a more multicam, family-style comedy. You might be giving more edgy, always sunny vibes. For sure, yeah. It's little things like that. They're like, oh, crap. I have been doing good work, but it's not been effective. Same thing with like jiu-jitsu. When you respect the technique, dude, I'm just gems of wisdom right now. Magic mind is kicking. Right? Whoosh. When you respect the technique, everything else becomes effortless. It's similar with know the rules and then learn when to break them.
Yeah.
Freeze frame. Please use that as the.
That's gonna be. We're back from our sponsor.
By the way, this should be a shirt. Just me going. Told you. By the way, I make that face a lot.
You do. Yeah. Yeah. There was a similar face. I think I can't remember what I watched recently.
Me as a kid?
No, you as a kid is hilarious. I loved it to the Mulan song. No, there was something else where it was a character. Oh, it was Gandalf, I think.
Oh, yes. Yes, Gandalf.
Gandalf in The Hobbit. He made a face that you make, and I sent you.
Galadriel. He's talking with Galadriel.
Yes. And he's like.
She's like,
she's like, they left. You knew. And he's like,
oh, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Okay.
They're leaving. You already knew.
By the way,
yeah.
Shout out again to Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit films. Those are so timeless.
God, and Peter Jackson again with the Hobbit did the best he could with the shit plate he was given.
Oh my God.
But before we do that,
oh, we got to take a break?
We're going to take a break.
Thank you. Sorry, I got really excited.
I know. Before you go on.
Okay, we got to take a break. We'll be right back. Do not go anywhere. I know where you are right now. And we're back. Okay. Real big shout out to Peter Jackson. If you know nothing about the Hobbit films and how he had to step in, let me tell you something. Peter Jackson, I'm a straight man, okay? I am a straight man. But if I see you and if you consent for what you did stepping in there was so badass.
Yeah.
Dude, badass. Mwah. Mwah. Okay? Seriously. To step in the middle of a major film.
Right.
With fans begging.
Right.
That it be on par or even better than the previous Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And you come in guns blazing and you I'm going to say it. I know I'm going to get flack for this. My career might be over, but fix certain mistakes that certain people did. Dude, badass.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's like, you know what it feels like? Somebody was losing a war, like a battle, and they're like, bring in Peter Jackson. We don't care how much it costs. Bring him in. And Peter's like, I'm not ready for this. And they're like, everybody's like, come on, Peter, you got this. Peter. I spit everywhere. Peter. And Peter's like, I've got to do it for the fans.
Right.
He was sick.
He was sending people to breaks and sitting on set thinking of what he can do with the blocking and what he was given. Like, I think people just don't even... obviously, huge Lord of the Rings world fans like me, we understand. We know because we're grasp at anything to understand. Excuse me. But people who don't know and they just saw it have no idea.
You know what? It goes back to greed.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they didn't want to even give him a break to catch up. They're like, just do it.
Well, more so this way. When companies consistently think of penny rich, dollar poor mentality, they want to save some money doing this, or you know what? Let's make a little bit extra and then basically burn out everybody else. This is what happens.
Yeah.
You get catastrophes, either immediately or down the line because of it.
Yeah.
When studio heads and executives, I understand that there's a whole thing. They're working for a board. They're working for the shareholders, etc.
Right.
But whenever you understand what real storytelling is, and you go, you know what? This is a risk. However, with the right people involved, it doesn't become a risk anymore.
Yeah.
It becomes really special. And if we uplift it and promote it, we've got something really special here.
Yeah.
Let me take an example of a show I was on, okay?
Mm-hmm.
For the People.
Yeah, that was a great show.
Thank you. It was. And I'm not saying that because I did it or I was on it. Let me tell you something. I've worked on I'm very thankful. A very good number of television shows on all major networks, and I've worked on some streaming platforms as well.
Mm-hmm.
Wide variety of TV shows and independent movies. The stories we were telling on that show were unique.
Mm-hmm.
The writing was 95% of the work was already done for me as an actor.
Yeah.
I just have to say the words and be present.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Davies and the writing crew, man,
Yeah, those were great.
I'm sorry to say this. I felt like ABC should have done more to promote the show in terms of marketing
Mm-hmm.
and getting us out there.
Yeah.
I feel like there was not enough of that, and they didn't give us a chance past 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I feel like that we need support when that happens.
Yeah, for sure. And it was a young cast, and so there was, of course, like, Hope Davis and some seasoned actors who brought in that, I don't want to say maturity, but, that name, her, a few of the other actors. And all the young actors, you had Britt, she's plenty been out there. That was Reggae's start with you, his big thing. And a lot of other actors. And I feel like I love seeing projects where it's new actors. I love to see new actors, not the same people over and over again. Not to say that if they're good actors, they can't have the roles, but I enjoyed it because I got to see new actors who are very talented, and I enjoyed that.
Yes.
And they took a chance on that, and that kind of show does need the extra marketing because you guys, they weren't worried about a following, so to speak, an Instagram following, a this, or that. They chose good actors.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Well, I want to just add on to this.
Yeah.
I know there's complexities with promoting a show and everything, and maybe they did try, but maybe somebody tried to make it more, and for whatever reason, it didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a special show for not only those reasons, but the diversity we had as a cast.
Yeah.
I love a good ensemble show, like Game of Thrones in those first 4 or 5 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a good ensemble, this is what happens. The weight of the show is not just set on one person. Now, there's a double-edged sword to that. Everybody has to pull their weight. And by pull their weight, I mean everybody has to stand out with every single scene.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we were doing on the show.
Yeah.
Britt, Jasmine, even though I coached Jasmine a lot during the show, like, it's fine. Like, she's on a show called Yellow Jackets right now.
Something like that.
She Zoom coaches with me. She's like, I can't get these lines down. I'm like, you got this. Just memorize.
Just memorize it.
Anyway, she needs a lot of work still. It's fine. It's fine. Ben Rappaport.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, shout out to Ben Rappaport. He's on Grosse Pointe Garden Society.
Mm-hmm.
I think they cast him perfectly in that role, to be quite frank. He's doing an amazing job performance-wise. And I remember working with him and watching him on set and being so inspired by how clear his beats were.
Mm.
And it just blew me away. Fun fact, me and Ben worked on Zubiquity together.
Yeah.
And we couldn't believe I saw his name on the pile. I'm like, hey!
Yeah.
Dude, that is so exciting for actors. Like, I can't express to you how cool that feels.
Yeah.
It just makes your heart warm.
That's
Working
awesome.
with Reggae, fun fact, beat Reggae at Mario Kart. Do you know this story?
I don't know if I do or not.
Okay, I'm going to tell this story about
Okay.
Reggae. Reggae invited me into his trailer. He's like, hey, you want to play some Mario Kart? And I go, oh, what's that? I knew what it was. I've been playing since I was a kid. And he goes, oh, it's like a racing game or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, how do you play? And he's showing me how to play with the controllers. And I'm like, all right. So we start playing, and I just beat him. And he's like, you played this before. And I'm like, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Anyway, that was fun.
Yeah.
Susanna Flood. Talk about new actors.
You two together had such chemistry, and the scenes were so fun.
I'm telling you this. Whenever I would read, I would have a scene with her. I'm like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't wait.
Yeah.
Couldn't wait to do it. Because we were polar opposites as characters.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that classic, like, what's it called? Odd couple
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Oh man. Hope, Ben, Anna Devere Smith. Oh my gosh. The judge. What's his name?
Oh.
Oh my god. It's. I'm gonna regret. Not remember.
It's right here.
Say it.
No. Text.
Oh, you're putting up text. No, what is it? No,
I'm
say it.
looking up. Hold on, I'm looking up.
Anyway, oh my gosh, his name's on the tip of my tongue.
I know. I can see his face. Vondi Curtis Hall.
Vondi Curtis Hall. That's it.
Yeah, Charles Michael Davis came in at the second
Oh
season.
yeah, Charles. Dude, Charles Michael Davis.
Yeah, talent.
Dude, such good memories working on that show. And just the stories, like what Paul Davies put together. Tom Verica as our EP and director on the show. Absolutely phenomenal. Got to meet some other amazing guest directors. It was a very special show.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like your typical procedural. I'll say that right off the bat. And when I give students the sides from that show, they're like, the writing's so good. And I could see it in their faces when they're working on it. It's like, this is challenging. I'm like, it is. But it's if you're doing foundational acting work and you're being present, all the work is already done for you. Yeah. How are we on time?
We're good.
We're good. Okay, just making sure. So
just a couple more.
One time on set, here's another like for the people memory. I kept harassing Charles Michael Davis.
You guys all kind of hazed him a little bit.
Oh, we hazed him for a whole season. It was like episode 9. He's still getting hazed, and he's like, "What is with this? When is this gonna?" We were at a Korean barbecue, and I had one of the servers go up to him and be like, "Hey, can you say, hey, I recognize you from like some small guest spot on a Disney show?" And he was like, she came up to him and she's like, "Hey, you're from the show." And he's like, "Get the fuck out of here." Like, not in like a mean way, but like, are you serious?
Yeah.
And then we were all laughing, and he's like, it never ends. But one of the first interactions and why I actually loved Charles is because he told me I'm in an acting class, and I love that he was still doing acting class while being on the show. And then he was like, I'm doing some Hamlet, and I did Hamlet in college.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what monologue? And he told me, and I'm like, and we started doing like, oh, that this too, and we started doing it together.
God.
And then Jasmine was there, and she's like, "Are you guys serious right now?" Like, we were doing it, and we did it perfectly together, and we're like performing it. And she's like, is this planned? She thought it was planned. It was so funny.
Oh,
it was so
fabulous.
funny. Yeah. Well, good times.
Yeah.
Good episode. A lot of good acting stuff in this one.
Yeah.
Secrets to the universe and success. Thanks for tuning into the show. If you're listening live on Idobi Radio, make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. We're also on YouTube if you want to watch the show. And make sure you download the Idobi app. Make sure you get our Magic Mind deal, Wesams Pod 20, for a good deal on Magic Mind, and also Factor Meals.
Yeah, at Wesam 50 off.
That's a pretty good deal for Factor Meals. All right, play us out, Alex. Hey, guys, appreciate you. Always remember to listen, think, and then talk. Bye.